Hi guys, this is Val from valkayink, and today we are talking about Lupin, the Master Thief. This is Lupin III and the Castle of Cagliostro, which you guys saw in one of my hauls earlier this year, and I finally got to watch. And wow, I finally understand why this movie got so much praise and is still talked about even to this day. Now don't forget, this movie was made back in 1979 and it was the directorial debut for Hayao Miyazaki, which means this is a pretty old film, but it also is this precursor to Hayao Miyazaki and Studio Ghibli things. Lupin itself, Lupin III, was a manga done by Monkey Punch back in the 1960s, I think around 1967, around there. And it was about this daring, dashing thief that would go and he would do spy missions, assassinations, and basically anything spy work related. And honestly, back when I did read the manga, he's a little gruff. He's a little dirty. However, when you watch this movie, Hayao Miyazaki puts this warmth and this character into Lupin and everyone in this universe in this movie that makes it heartwarming without losing any of the actual monkey punch to Lupin III. No, what I'm talking about is that Hayao Miyazaki has this really amazing talent for encapsulating everything that is exciting about a character and also making them very human, very vulnerable, and lovable ultimately in the end. Lupin's always kind of lovable, but it is a darker Lupin that you see in the manga. I think what made this movie so popular is that with that kind of directorial editing and that kind of handling of these characters, you still get this fun, amazing thief doing what he does best in a way that isn't as upsetting. No, I'm not saying the original manga is that upsetting, but it can be. I'm not going to spoil the story because I honestly think anyone who has a Netflix account can watch this, and I suggest just going and watching it for yourself. But Lupin ends up in this small country after robbing a casino that has a bunch of fake money, and that's where you get all these crazy gifts of Lupin with a bunch of money in the little fiat. And then the story just kind of explodes from there. It starts off a little slow, where you don't quite understand why Lupin is so interested in this little castle, but then it ramps up from there. And it culminates in these really great scenes. The Fiat car chase scene is one of the most famous in animation. The wedding scene is one of the most famous in animation, you know, with the whole occult thing coming up. And honestly, the very sweet and tender moments between Lupin and the young princess are just so sweet. It is really refreshing, ultimately, to see this character care for a young girl, and when, at the end of the movie, she's all professing her love for him, he's like, "Ooh, you're kinda too young for me." There is this heightened excitement because it's all spy work. He's being chased by the police. And of course, you know, the inspector's there as well. He is trying to trick all of these castle guards. There are these assassination ninjas that are after him, and there are all these gadgets that they use and all this gunpowder. And it's everything that is so lovable about old 60s spy shows and spy movies, but with that really well-handled anime twist with Hayao Miyazaki and the way he renders these characters. Anyway, this movie was so inspiring to me, I actually went back and watched the old seasons of Lupin, which you can watch on Crunchyroll. I forgot how much I just enjoyed those. For the time that they were made and for the grounds that they were covering, they're actually really good. Also depends how much you like spy movies, but anyone that has a goal of I want to be rich kind of coincides with me. So that's all I have to say about this one. It's a movie that I absolutely would recommend to anyone to watch. And I watch it in both Japanese and English. The 80s English dub is really good. I really liked it. But you can't go wrong with the original voice actors for any of these characters as well. Anyway, if you would like to watch another dashing young man who talks about anime, may I suggest Muran TV. He's also doing the 12 Days of Anime, and you guys should really go check him out. I'll put a link down below, as I've been doing for everyone. Anyway guys, that's it for this one, and I hope to see you in the next 12 Days of Anime. Bye guys!